What's happening, FlowChat connector? Sean here, back at you with another high ticket tune-up. In this video, I'm going to explain one thing that you need to double check before you do any type of sales prospecting. Stay tuned. What's happening, FlowChat connector? Sean here, back at you with another high ticket tune-up. So let's just jump right into it. What are we going to talk about today? Make sure and smash that like button. Feed the algorithm gods. More people need to see this information. But today we're going to talk about something you need to double check before starting your prospecting. Why? Because it's so valuable, and because I got a question that it might make some sense to you. So Andrew says this. Andrew says, Sean, I don't seem to get the results I want when doing direct outreach. I'm trying to send a single message that causes people to take action and buy. Help. Yikes, right? That's like trying to make one YouTube video and hoping it goes viral. Like, it's just not really going to happen. And unfortunately, the objective that Andrew has here is not quite where it needs to be. And so what I want you to be very, very clear on, Andrew, is checking yourself with your objective of what you're trying to accomplish, right? There's a big difference between sales prospecting and selling, right? And so it's kind of like asking yourself this question. Have you ever tried to deliver a sales pitch to someone you just met? Or let's go to the dating world. Have you ever tried to ask somebody to get married the first time you ever meet them? It's not usually going to turn out that well. And the same thing applies. And I don't know for whatever reason, but when people come into the online space, they're like, oh, well, I'll just send my first message and I'll blah, 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 all about my features and benefits and product and service and all the stuff that I do. Would you buy it? Right? Very direct. Now, in some cases, when you're focused on the different awareness level of where your prospects are, like if they're hyper aware, people who know your brand, they've already tried all the other stuff and they're ready to go, sending something like that might make sense. For example, Nike, they do some advertisements saying, hey, you want some devil's blood? Buy this now. And it's just boom, like buy a shoe, right? You already know it's a Nike shoe, it's a cool thing, or whatever I don't even know what the advertising behind that is, but that's the idea, right? So if your prospects are hyper aware, now going back to Eugene Schwartz, one of the greatest copywriters of all times, he has an awareness scale. So you have unaware prospect over here who doesn't know you exist, and then you have hyper aware prospect over here who not only knows you exist, but knows your brand, has maybe tested your quality in the past, and that's the big difference. So we have to identify very quickly where on this scale is our prospect. That will determine the type of messaging that we can use from the start. Going back to Andrew's question, if you are in the hyper aware space, which not many businesses are, by the way, then that would probably work and get you the results. But here's the thing, we need to double check the objective that we're using. And so what do I mean by this? Well, let me just dive into a couple of slides that I want to share with you here, or actually just one, is your objective. So what is your objective when you're prospecting versus what is your objective when you're selling, right? If you double check this one thing when you go out prospecting, it's going to change your mindset to finding the right people. See, our job when we prospect is to do nothing more than this. We need to identify whether or not somebody is a good fit for our products or services. Again, let me repeat that. We need to identify whether or not someone is a good fit for our products or services. That doesn't mean, hey, this is my amazing bug spray stuff. You need to know about all these ingredients. I'm going to share this all with you in one single message. Okay, buy this chemical that could probably kill you, right? And that is not the right way to prospect. Rather, if bug spray is the thing and you're prospecting for people to sell bug spray to, you're gonna say, hey, when a bug bites you, do you get like super itchy legs? And when they say yes, guess what? The whole conversation's shifted because I haven't pitched anything to them, right? Rather, I've asked them what the impact is without having my product. So that's the key. When we're prospecting, the objective is you want to ask what the impact without having your solution is in their world. So again, I talked about bug spray. Let's talk about sales training for an example. Hey, possibly out of curiosity, you seem like someone that might be in a place that I could talk with. I'm curious, like, do you struggle with your selling conversations? Yeah, I do. Oh man, well, we need to set an appointment because I'm pretty good at that, right? That conversation goes from, that's a true prospecting conversation because I'm focused on not what my products and services can do, but rather identifying whether or not my prospect even is in the realm or the ballpark of what I need to do. And my objective for my prospecting is not to sell anything. My objective is to take one of these people in this party over here and turn them into, so like these guys right here are called suspects. This is you with the magnifying glass. And the objective is to take a suspect, ask them a series of questions through this red arrow, and then turn them into a prospect. Why? Because once we have a prospect, and again, the objective here is to find a suspect, understand that the impact that they have without your product or service is truly warranted of having a prospecting conversation with them so we can understand at a deeper level whether or not we're a fit to lock arms and work together, right? That's it. So if you focus when you're prospecting, you're actually selling the appointment. How do you sell an appointment? Well, or it's selling somebody getting to your website, or it's selling whatever that piece is. It's not selling the actual product or service. And when people separate this, man, everything changes in your business. And so because then when you have that guy who's like, yes, again, going back to the bug spray, like, yes, I get such itchy legs at night and it's weird. Like I understand how my cortisol levels rise and it's like anti-inflammatory and it makes my legs itch more. True statements. It all happens, right? I get itchy legs. That's why I have this cool bug spray. But the cool thing is now I know they have the problem that I solve. And I say, oh my God, you got itchy legs? We need to have a conversation. In fact, just can you go over to this link really quick and check this out? Like I have itchy legs too. I use this amazing thing. You should go check it out, right? And then boom, now it's more of a very easy conversation. It's not pressury. It doesn't feel salesy because then when we get in the selling conversation, it's like, look, so whether you're getting an eyeballs to a sales page website to get somebody to convert, or you're getting onto a phone on the appointment, the process is the same. Take a suspect, make sure the negative impact is truly affecting them, get them into some sort of a conversation, appointment, look at a website, and that is the prospecting activity. That's it. So the focus is getting them to the next step. And then once we get them to the next step, our objective is here, let's take this conversation to a deeper level and see what that personal impact is in terms of cost of dollars, cost of livelihood, cost of business, cost of living, like all of those things that really, really, truly come into play because there's always going to be a negative impact. And to truly sell somebody something that's really good for them, we need to make sure that our service or solution actually solves the problem. One, that's what we're doing over here. And then two, how we solve the problem with our features and benefits then can come out in the selling conversation, but not before that. So that is the secret. And if we come back to what we were talking about here, we could see that Andrew's question says this, I don't seem to get the results that I want because when I'm doing direct outreach, I'm a single message causing people to take action and buy. Well, change that single message to cause people to say, yes, I have the problem. And then set up a second message that says, oh my gosh, I did too. Check this out, right? That, Andrew, will completely change the way that you're selling this whole game. And what you're going to find is you'll close more deals, and that's it. So with that said, when you are ready to change your game, just double check your objective, suspect to prospect, and that's it. Prospect to customer. That's the journey that they want to go on. And when you're prospecting, don't try to take suspect all the way over to customer, because if you do, it's not going to work out for you. So with that said, you've just been tuned up. There's a FlowChat connector inside of each and every one of you. And man, I hope you have a wonderful day on Thursday today. Don't forget, Thursday is always the best day to do prospecting and sales. Statistically proven, you will close more deals if you do the work today. So do the work, get the results, and go FlowChat, go fight, win. And I can't wait to see you next time.